I'm very happy to be here today and to kick off this conference on this very hot topic. When we talk about the digital euro, we often think of the digital retail euro from the ECB, a digital payment equivalent of cash. Looking at the agenda today, we can assume that there are quite a lot of other phases of a digital euro. And I'm very happy and curious to deep dive during the day into the different facets of the digital euro. Talking of digital money often kicks off with, oh, you're doing Bitcoin? This is obviously not what we are looking at today. I'd like to say that we talk about regulated digital money forms, probably the digital twins of money forms that already exist. Without going too deep, I would like to introduce the 4 regulated digital money forms that we think we will see in the near future. Publicly issued, we have retail CBDC and wholesale CBDC. Private offerings would be commercial bank money token and stablecoins. So why is that, and what is in it in 2024? Looking back into the news landscape of the past year, a German would say there's music in this topic, which means something like it has promise, there's a potential. Why am I saying that? A lot happened around the digital euro. The EU Commission published a proposal for the establishment of a digital euro, and with that kicked off the legislative process for the digital euro. Besides, the ECB has decided in October 2023 to move on with the digital euro project and to continue with the preparation phase, not the realization phase, as some might of you have been heard before. We will look into this development later on. Let's stay with the ECB. They also look into developing their wholesale settlement activities. What does this mean? As entity with an access to target or as a DLT operator, you can participate after a successful application in trials and experiments with mock settlement in a test environment. Besides the activities of the ECB, we can also see movement in the private sector. I think the most interesting and relevant news came with the MiCA regulation, which was published in 2023 and will enter into application this year. As we focus on digital money, the key aspect in the regulation for us is the emission of stablecoins, which is, let's say, bittersweet. On one hand, the Commission created a regulated framework for stablecoins, which creates legal certainty. On the other hand, the requirements for issuance are quite high. Last but not least, commercial bank money token. In Germany, they're still in the conceptual phase. But in other countries, for example in Japan, we can see what role they could play. So now I want to take you on a journey into the digital money ecosystem we see as KPMG in the near future. Let's start with stablecoins. Stablecoins are coins which are based on a DLT and pegged to a value so that they are stable. The most famous one are USDT and USDC, which are pegged to the US dollar. At the moment, they are mostly used for trading in the cryptoverse. With the entry of MiCA regulation in July 2024, there's a secure legal framework for the issuance of stablecoins across the European Union. And we can already see some players entering the market. You might meet some of them here, the pioneers of MiCA. But why are regulated stablecoins interesting? Automation and digitalization have simplified and accelerated processes. Standard processes no longer have to be carried out by people. Machines can communicate with each other and execute requests. However, money and payments have not developed in the same way. And settlements have to be made retrospectively. If we now have a form of money that operates in the same way and ecosystem as the business processes, new business models are possible. For example, machine-to-machine payments, as you can see on our picture, pay-per-use models, micropayments, or delivery versus payment models. Small advertisement, you will see my colleague Jens Siebert on that topic on that stage here at 2:10. Let's move on to the next new form, wholesale settlements. The ECB wants to facilitate an active dialogue between the Eurosystem and financial market stakeholders in the context of new technologies for wholesale settlements. To consolidate the members' feedback and further develop the ongoing work of Eurosystem central banks in this area, and to gain insights into how different solutions could facilitate interaction between target services and DLT operators. That's why they brought into life a new working group on wholesale settlements last year and published a call for interest to participate on trials. The trials and experiments will be conducted with the Eurosystem solutions enabling wholesale financial transactions recorded on DLT platforms to be settled in central bank money in the T2 real-time gross settlement system operated by the Eurosystem. They will take place this year from June to November. The three solutions are the trigger solution provided by Deutsche Bundesbank, TIPS hashlink solution by Banca d'Italia, and full DLT interoperability solution of Banque de France. Why is the ECB and the central banks looking into this topic? Of course, they want to understand the benefits of DLT in the wholesale domain, which seems to improve transaction flow and reduce costs because of less human interaction. On the panel on wholesale settlements at 11:35, we will hear more about the challenges and approaches. So let's stay with the central bank activities. The digital retail euro. First, we look at the legislative stream with the legal proposal of the EU Commission. We might not see the final law soon, as it has to move through the different authorities, Council and Parliament. And we have the EU elections this year. But the first step has been done, and the ECB said they will not decide on the launch of a digital euro if the legal basis is not set. Anyway, as mentioned before, they moved on to the next project phase, the preparation phase. After the use cases, you can see in our picture, were defined. What does it mean exactly? The Rulebook Development Group is continuously working on the development of the digital euro. Besides, the ECB published a call for application for up to 1.1 billion euro, including 5 lots, and just to name the most important one, almost half of the budget is dedicated to offline payments, which are meant to obtain cash-like privacy. What makes a digital euro different from existing digital payments infrastructures? It will be a European solution and improve European sovereignty. It is intended to keep the privacy of the digital euro user and to be available offline. I saw some panels on that topic on the agenda today. I don't want to go beyond the scope, but I'm very curious and would like to discuss some questions. We have seen the different forms of money on the DLT. Do we need a digital euro on the blockchain to be interoperable with other forms? Is the ECB responsible for the use cases of the digital euro? Should holding limits be set? I'm very curious to hear your opinions and to discuss these questions with you. Last but not least, commercial bank money token. Commercial bank money token are addressing similar use cases as stablecoins. The difference is they are pegged to commercial bank money and they do not have any underlying regulation, fixed regulation. Furthermore, according to the German banking industry, CBDC or stablecoin issued by non-banks can be a threat to the current financial system. So while providing a state-of-the-art means of payment for important DLT-based industry processes, the CBMT also prevents a disintermediation in today's financial system. In Germany, they are still in the conceptual phase. In other countries, CBMT are already in the prototyping phase. I saw that there will be a panel on stablecoins versus tokenized deposits. I'm looking forward to that one. Back to the ecosystem idea. What we learned is that the foundation for different digital money forms has been laid. But will they be interoperable? Will they exclude themselves? Or will they be complement to each other? That's the question. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a vision. Based on use cases, needs, and actors, I see a digital money ecosystem where each money form has its purpose to exist and that you can see on our picture. There will be a role for interested market participants. We are here to create awareness and to shape the future of digital money together. Thank you.